Hello everybody. I'm doing a show and tell video here. So, um, growing up, I had this one very good friend. Um, we were very tight. Both of us loved horror films and stuff, and comic books. Well, he told me about this horror film that he saw that his mama actually borrowed it off of this guy. It was all very kind of hush hush, I guess, you know. But apparently, at the end of it, on the camera, they actually kill a girl. Now, I don't have much tolerance for real life death like that. Back then I didn't, and now I have like no tolerance for it. It's just not my thing. But back then, if there was something that I was not supposed to see, that was what I was wanting to see. If it was forbidden fruit, I didn't just want a bite of it. I wanted a whole cobbler of it. But he had told me about it, but he didn't know the title of it. He said that the film shoot ends, but the cameras are kept on, and they bring in a girl and they cut open her stomach and they start taking out her guts and stuff on the camera, and it had a big impact on him. It was very intense and hard to see, you know. Now, in hindsight, the whole thing sounds kind of dumb and off, but we were young and dumb and wild back then. So, in the early days of the internet, I started trying to find out the title of it, and I don't even know how I even did, but I found out that the title of it is appropriately enough, it's called Snuff. This tape, this is one of the first things that I ever bought on eBay. I think I paid like $5 for it back then. So I called him up and I told him that I had a copy of it coming, And on the day that it came, he came over, and both of us were so hyped up about it, and kind of terrified of it too, just because I thought, I was about to see this thing that once I see it, I won't be able to unsee it, and it's going to be some terrible thing. Well, it turned out to be pretty terrible, but that's kind of getting ahead of it. Snuff was made by a husband and wife team named Michael and Roberta Finley, and they are fairly well known in kind of the cult and grindhouse type film world. They did a lot of roughies, which are kind of like softcore sex films that have a lot of violence in them. A lot of things like in dungeons and stuff like that. And when they first made Snuff, it was not called Snuff, and it had nothing to even do with snuff films. It's kind of a Charles Manson family type cult. It kind of sucks, actually. And that film on its own, it didn't do so good. But the Finleys did not give up on it. They shot a new ending, and they put a new title on it, and they even actually hired people to go to the film showings of it and protest it, and it worked. People lined up for it. Now, after they got inside and had paid, they found out what I found out, which is that the actual ending of it is terribly fake, and it's so fake looking and so dumb that it's kind of hilarious. And my friend and I, we sat through the whole thing, and then it finally got there, and we just kind of sat there in silence, and then the credits came up, and I didn't say a word. I just looked over at him, and he looked at me, and we both just died laughing. We laughed so hard, and so long, because it was just so dumb, and we had ourselves so hyped up about it. And so this tape, first of all, I just love the art on it. And here at the end, after I'm done talking, I'll do a zoom in on it for you. But the art, it looks like it was done by like a 5-year-old or something, which is about as good as the actual film is too. So I love the art. I love the fact that it's a big box, which that's always good. But most of all, I just love it because every time I look at it, I think about me and my friend just having that good laugh. You know, it was a good time. And finally, on one side note, Michael Finley died. I don't think it was too long after he did Snuff. He was in this weird freak helicopter accident where he was getting on the thing, and like the landing gear under it didn't do like it should, and the whole helicopter kind of tipped over to one side, and he got hit by it and got cut up, which it's a horrible way to go. But his wife, she kept making films. She made some low budget horror, and she got involved in making hardcore films, but that kind of went wrong too. But that's a story for another video, I guess. But so yeah, so now I'm going to zoom in on the box and let you guys see it. And so I hope you all have had fun, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye bye.